Okay, Happer Horsham, little licks that I want you to practice, and we'll learn the different positions and different chords that these go with at class. I'm not going to give all that here, but I just want you to practice these movements because they're pretty standard when you're playing. So we have we're going to peaceful, easy feeling in this video, and it starts off with a G, as you know, indicate G, to a C, and then to a G. And then you can throw in a two hammer-ons and a pull-off, or not, actually not a pull-off, to get back to the C. So you have a G, C, to a G, to a C. And that could be a second guitar. You can try that as a first guitar. You might have a little problem with that, but we're doing just little licks now. They can use either way. So either as a solo guitarist or just to add in. But you want to look at that. That's G, and it's obviously in this G chord position. The G chord is in the G chord position here, the major pentatonic scale. The major pentatonic scale right here, and it's just going down to string 4 and hammering on string 4 at fret 2 right in that scale, and then right down to string 3 and hammering on and coming back to the G right as you get to the G chord. G, G to the C, right back to that G. So where else can you find this? Well, you look at the starting note. You're starting at a D. So you have a D right here at string 4 open. You also have a D then at string 5, fret 5, because that's how you tune the guitar in standard tuning. And you can play that very same that very same little lick by hitting the index finger on string 5, fret 5, and your ring finger is going to hammer down on string 5, fret 7, and then come down to string 4, fret 5, and do the same thing, and then go back and end on string 3 fret or 4, fret 5. So you'd play the same thing. That's played at a different position. And that position is the G position, which you can find on your sheet that we're going to talk about in class. So let's find another starting D here, and you know this little L position. If you go down here, and you have well, let me say that. Let's just go 2 down and 2 back, and you have another D right here. So you also have string 2, so it's going to change this, and it's going to change that relationship. So let's say you put your middle finger on that D, and slide it down. So now you get a little slide down to the E at string 3, fret 9, starting at string 3, fret 7 with my middle finger, and sliding it to 3, 9, the E note, and then coming on this G note, string 2, fret 8, and string 2, fret 10, the A note, and end it on the G. So I'm sliding, and then hammer, and you have a different sound. Also can move up here, we have a D. And I can hammer on to string 2, fret 5, and then string 1, fret 3, string 1, fret 5. And these are all different positions of that E major pentatonic scale. Here's this position where we're down, or I should say the G scale. We're down here at this first, this E formation, this E shape, major pentatonic for G. And right here you can go, we have that, we have up here string 5, fret 5, all the same thing, all the same notes. Of course, those notes work, they're different octaves. And then come down here to another D, which is the D major chord. You know, this is a D, and you can do the same thing. And that is the G position that looks like a C right here. And I'm ending on that. And then that would be the C, or excuse me, the G. And of course, if there's a D here, there's a D here, but you can't go down any further. But there's a D here, and that's the D that you played an octave away. Now we'll fill the positions, the actual major pentatonic positions on that at class. But I just want you to do that little fingering for the next class if you can. And let's look at the next little lick that you could add to the C, to the G, to the C, to a C, and then to a D, and you can try anything like that. I'll do it just to make it a little easier for you. But right down here, I want you to look that you have the bottom of this G chord, or excuse me, D chord. A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, right here. And this little bottom portion, first 2 strings, that's the bottom of a D chord. This D chord in the A shape. The A shape like this, and the bottom first 2 strings are this. So you can go, we'll stick with that one. Well, and I move positions there from this D up to a D here, which would be in this shape. Again, I'm not going to dwell on that. We'll look at that and take a deeper dive at class. So you want to go starting off on, I'm just sliding from string 2 fret 5 to string 2 fret 7, and then string 1 fret 5, and then I'm doing a pull off from string 1 fret 7 to string 5, and then back here to string 1 fret 5, and sliding up to string 2 fret 3. And that would come in at the D portion of the peaceful, easy feeling. And then back to the G. And we're going to play this at the different positions around the fretboard, but I just want you to get used to this. any little variations, and there are several variations that you can play from that. Just want you to visualize right now that you're playing a D chord here when you come down to that for this D, and you're moving up into this position, which is not. Here's the when you're playing this D right here, you've got only these strings from fret 5 to fret 7 that are involved in this shape, and you're moving up into a shape like the C chord right here on this D, which is like this, which is different, which is a different box. So we'll talk about that and moving this at other places at class. Of course, you can always try that yourself. You're starting right here. You're sliding down for this to this F sharp, string 2 to fret 7. You find another F sharp up here, which would be 3 strings up and 2 strings back. You have an F sharp here and an F sharp here. That's a C shape, where you'd have a C here and a C here. You move this down all the way, boom, 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 down to where your index finger is now on fret 7, and up here at fret 9, you have the base of that chord, and you can do the same thing here. You can hear it right there. But I'll let you try to find them before class, and we'll do them in class, either this week or the following week. So there you go. I'm going to give you a couple licks also on Margaritaville, your favorite. So see you at the next video.